Part of our ongoing coverage and series of political interviews with top political personalities this Sunday evening. With me is Dr. Farooq Abdullah of the National Conference Union Minister. Dr. Abdullah, good evening. Good evening. Can you hear me? Dr. Abdullah joining us from Srinagar today.
Yes, I can hear you.
Are you hale and hearty? Are you happy?
How are
looking
you?
forward to the elections, or are you giving up already?
Yes, I'm looking forward to an election.
Why have you given up already on the Congress party then?
I have not given up on anything. I'm fighting my own election.
Yeah, but you've given up on the Congress party. You've given up on the Congress party. You have
How
ruled
have
out
you given
the...
up?
Well, unless you change your mind between what you said. You said in February...
I don't think so. We are in alliance with them.
You said in February... You said in February that some clarity on the third front will emerge only after the elections, right? So why is it then that now you have virtually ruled out the possibility of a Congress-led government at the centre?
Not at all. Not at all. I have never ruled out anything. The point here is, the position is that if third front comes in with large numbers, as Congress has done in the past, they supported Deve Gowda and others. I have just said that if that situation arises, then UPA should sit down and see whether that is possible.
Do you think the Congress should be prepared to do that? Why should
elections are over?
Exactly, I'm glad. You know, you said on March 26th, and now you're confirming what I just asked you. You said that my own feeling is that the time has come that the Congress, as it has done before, should stand and keep Modi away. Keep them from outside. Support them. That is the third front from outside. That will be a great thing for this nation. I want you to just explain this in a little more detail.
Arnab, if that happens, it will all depend on the results. How do you know? How do I know how people will vote? It may be just possible that the Congress will get largest number of seats anyway, and therefore the others will have to support them. It's a question of when the final results come out.
No, why would you then ask the Congress party to support a third front government in the first place to keep Modi out? Come on, Dr. Farooq Abdullah, don't be diplomatic with me today. You know that you're keeping the option of a third front open because you are not sure of the performance of the Congress party this time.
I do not know what diplomacy is. I am not diplomatic. I am standing with Congress whether they win or they lose. I am not going to betray Congress.
Then why did you talk about the need for the Congress to support a third front government from outside?
Because somebody asked, like you asking question.
Yes.
They asked this, so I said, this is a possibility if that sort of a situation arises.
Why would it be a possibility unless the Congress party would be reduced to a situation where it cannot stake power on its own?
Well, I do not know. As I told you before, none of us know what is going to be the outcome of the election.
Is this all part of a Modi phobia that you are creating constantly? You know, this let the Congress, if required, support a third front from the outside to keep Modi out. Is this entire election now becoming about keeping Mr. Modi out for you?
Goswami, my problem is I feel he is a dictator, and I don't think India needs a dictator.
And why do you then praise Mr. L.K. Advani as secular? You call Narendra Modi a dictator. What an absolute contradiction. The person you praise, you know, while talking of the elders in the Bharatiya...
Why is there a contradiction? Did not L.K. Advani write a book on Jinnah? Did he not pay the price for it?
Did L.K. Advani, the person you laud as secular, Farooq Abdullah, was he not instrumental? Let me ask you, was he not instrumental in ensuring that Narendra Modi stayed on as Chief Minister of Gujarat in 2002 after the riots? Is that the reason you give him the certificate of being secular?
It was not the only one.
But he was one of them. So he was one of them.
So what?
What do you mean, so what?
One can change. One can change.
He has been described as a pseudo-moderate. He has been described as a pseudo-moderate by the Lieberhan Commission that looked into the Babri Masjid demolition. Right or wrong, he's secular for you?
I find Sushma Swaraj as moderate. They have an RSS background that you can't help.
You see, the point is Advani becomes secular when you require a reason to criticize Narendra Modi. That's the point. And I have often asked you this about the many flip-flops that the National Conference has done.
I tell you, I am very sorry. I think National Conference is standing with Congress at all levels. What happens to BJP, what they do, is no longer concern of ours.
No, it appears to me from your statements that you will be more than happy to support a BJP which does not have Narendra Modi. You have nothing but praise for Sushma Swaraj. You have nothing but praise for Advani.
I have no praise for anyone. I am standing with Congress. We will stay with them, whether they rise or whether they fall. We will stay with them. That's all. And whatever decision is taken by them, I will stand with them.
And what logic will you give me for that political decision? The logic of keeping communal forces at bay, the tired old logic?
When that comes, you ask me at that time.
No, will you give me the same tired old logic of keeping communal forces at bay?
No, I'm not going to tell you any logics. I am a very straight man. I don't believe ever using logics with you. And you know that.
No, but
I'm too straight.
Yeah, if you are straight, then why don't you even clearly tell me whether you believe in keeping communal forces at bay? The reason you won't, Dr. Farooq Abdullah, the reason
the reason
you won't.
That is why I am standing with Congress.
No, the reason you won't.
Because we are standing with Congress because
as of today, you stand with the Congress.
That is why we are standing with them.
As of today.
We start from the very beginning.
No.
Beginning we have stood with them.
You will be.
I have not betrayed you.
You will be more than happy to do business with the BJP if the BJP does not have Narendra Modi in the pole position. Yes or no?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I will stand with Congress, and that is absolutely final.
You have compromised in the past on your issue on communal issues. I remember, Dr. Abdullah, you abstained from voting against the NDA government during the censure motion of 2002. After the Gujarat riots censure motion of 2002, you abstained.
Hold on. What? Yes, hold on.
Is it true or not?
I stood with Vajpayee. Yes, I stood with
You stood with the government that was protecting
one
Modi.
Of our members betrayed him. But I stood with him. Like I stood with Rajiv Gandhi when in '89 he was defeated. I was in a bed in the hospital and they asked me this question. I said, I am going to stand by him. And I stood by him.
You say you stood with Vajpayee. I'd say you stood with the government in power. You wanted to latch on to power at that point of time.
I am not going to stand. Arnab, I am not going to stand with the power if BJP comes to power. Not at all.
But you just called 2 minutes back, you called Sushma Swaraj a moderate. You call LK Advani secular.
But I am not going to. Yeah, but I am not going to be part of them. What are you worried about that? National Conference is a part of Congress.
No, I'm testing you because in the past you made comments such as this. You made comments such as this and done a flip-flop. Please understand this. Omar Abdullah quit his government as minister at the time. But when the opportunity came for you in 2002, and I don't know you don't like my raising this issue of 2002. When the opportunity came for Farooq Abdullah to censure the government over the riots, you chose not to. You did not act when you had an opportunity, Dr. Abdullah, over the Gujarat riots.
What did you want me to do?
You did not.
Fight a bloody war?
You could have left the
No, doesn't matter.
Then.
You do what you like. Doesn't matter. I didn't leave. What will you do?
Why would you not leave the NDA government then?
I didn't leave. So what?
Well, then so what? I mean, you had an opportunity to make a position on the Gujarat riots, but you didn't. I'm asking you why didn't you?
Does not make any difference to me.
How can you say that? How can you say it does not make any difference?
I have said it. I'm telling you, right on your television, right on your face.
How can you say it didn't make a difference, Dr. Abdullah? Even today, you see, you get angry when I ask you that question.
I've said it. You do what you like, and you damn well say what you like to say.
You're getting angry now, but the fact of the matter is, Dr. Abdullah, admit it to me. Admit it this Sunday. No, admit it this Sunday. No.
Enough is enough.
Dr. Abdullah.
Enough is enough, Arnab.
Dr. Abdullah.
Enough.
Dr. Abdullah, tell me, heart of heart, do you not feel that had you not just walked out in 2002, I wouldn't be asking you this question? Heart of heart, tell me this.
Doesn't matter, you can ask me. Doesn't matter, I didn't quit. So what?
Will you be part of a third front government supported?
Blow it up.
Will you be, Dr. Abdullah,
I am part of UPA, and I'm going to remain part of UPA.
You see, Dr. Abdullah, now you know, Dr. Abdullah, you are part of UPA today. Today you are part of the UPA. Tomorrow, you can be part of a third front supported by the Congress from the outside. And all this talk that you have recently said, I have had enough time.
Whatever UPA decides, I am going to stand by that.
So if the UPA says that, Dr. Abdullah, you should be part of a third front government of XYZ number of parties, we need to keep Modi out.
You are not going to be the one who decides.
I am asking you.
You are not the one who is going to decide.
I am asking you.
It will be the UPA that will decide.
But then
No, you're not asking me.
Yes, I'm asking.
You're asking me a question which does not really matter at this stage.
No, you have, because it matters. Because you said recently that I will be serving the people of Jammu and Kashmir after the elections and may not join the government at the center in case the UPA forms a government. The future is my son.
What?
He should have a stint in the center, after which Omar Abdullah said, I don't want to.
Without being part of the government, you can still serve the people.
Will you work in Delhi towards forming a government that ensures Narendra Modi is not the Prime Minister? Will you be part of efforts?
I am going to work with UPA. Whatever they decide, we will follow that very way.
Dr. Abdullah, I hope you are enjoying the election, because you're all fire and brimstone with me tonight.
I am. I love it. I think it's a wonderful thing. It's a great thing about Indian democracy. It proves how vibrant Indian democracy is.
Well, I'll watch your every step after the elections, because I have a feeling, Dr. Farooq Abdullah, I have a feeling, having followed you for long, having spoken to you for longer, I have a feeling that you will play a critical role in Delhi Darbar politics after the 16th of May. So we'll talk after that.
We'll talk, inshallah, after that. May India survive this election, and may the secular forces of India succeed in keeping India together and its unity in diversity to be strengthened.
Farooq Abdullah, we disagree on what you did in 2002, but thank you for talking to me, and thank you for joining me on Times Now. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.